Hi, this is Leon at the Computer Room Nottingham. What I've got here is a damaged iPad mini screen that's been brought in to us. We've been asked to make up a new one to replace this. This is the new screen. The reason why we've been asked to make it up is because the screens that we supply don't have the things soldered on to the flex cable. So what we're going to do is take this IC off, take the home button circuit off, solder them into the right places, then we'll make it up and... Alright, so this IC, the way we remove it from the flex cable, we put some flux on these solder pads. That's the sort of yellowy looking stuff. We're going to put some solder on them next and then gently warm everything, and pretty much once the solder has melted we'll be able to peel all this straight off the IC. We've got the IC held down with some adhesive so it can't move, and then once that's done we'll move on. Okay, then as you can see here, the IC has gone. We've got that desoldered, we've got that just here. Now we're doing exactly the same thing with the home button circuit with these solder joints. Only difference being really the solder joints are bigger and they're a lot less. So yeah, we're going to desolder this and then we'll move everything onto the new screen. Right, here's the two parts we've just desoldered that need fitting onto the new screen. We've got the new screen here. There's a few other things that need moving. The home button circuit, obviously, there's sort of an insulation strip at the bottom that needs putting on to cover this copper, and also there's a frame for the camera at the top that needs moving over. We're going to get all those done and then we'll be able to test the screen. Here we are, we're soldering in the home button circuit. Now what we've done, we're going to do exactly the same on this connector soon, but what we do is solder on sort of just the end, just here, just to keep it still. What we're going to do next is solder in every single one. We're going to do the same on this but slightly differently. We're going to solder each end with the connector being so wide, and then once that's done, with the home button circuit at least, we'll fold it over so it's in place and it's stuck down to here by this part here. We'll have the IC on here, then like I said, we'll be testing next. Here we are. We have the whole of the bottom part of the sort of screen done. We're just soldering in the IC now. And like I said earlier, we've got it soldered in by each end, just here and a little bit more here. All the gold pads are what we're yet to solder. So we're going to do all those now and then we're done. Right, then here we are. We've got the screen in this test iPad mini of ours to be able to just test the screen. Now we've got it on charge at the moment because the battery's flat, but it's kind of tested already because pressing the home button, that's part of the screen. So we at least know that the message is getting from the home button into the iPad. That's that testing done. It's just really testing the touchscreen now, which we'll be able to do as soon as it switches on. Then here we are. We are switched on now, as you can see. We're using all the areas of the touchscreen, working absolutely fine. No problems at all. If we go into settings, I use this for testing quite a lot for touch screens because there is pretty much something to touch all over the screen. Shows the biggest areas, and there we go, all done. Working absolutely fine. As we've already seen, the home button works okay as well. So that is that for this device. Now if you've got your own iPad and you're needing a new screen fitting on it, or you want a new screen making up if you've already bought the device or the screen, anything like that, please do give us a call or send us a message. As you can see, we can always help.